it's me again for the fourth and final time today. And yeah, here we go with new news on news for today. And yeah, starting off with BBC News UK. The first one that isn't on BBC News UK has nothing to do with the UK. As Donald Trump denies discussing the assassination of Syria's Assad. If you're going to assassinate someone that's potentially done something dodgy, at least give him a trial so justice can be served. If you ordered into treating misogyny as a hate crime, I'm doing it with referring as my sister wore out the battery of my tablet that much. Twitter algorithms were not always impartial. Prime Minister confirmed that the Salisbury attack was carried out by the Russian military intelligence, said GRU. Mark Galotti, a Russian security expert, tells BBC PM more about the organisation. Why the Woodward effect damages Trump. US mother admits hitting 2-year-old son and leaving him to die before reporting him missing. 3-year-old Nell is one of the youngest people in the UK learning how to use a cane. Her mum says she loves life so much. Cancer survivor's bike returned after poster plea. The impact of Brexit on the Premier League could be hugely damaging to English football. Salisbury Novichok poisoning could be returned to the UK. It's unlikely if Russia's involved. 100 people on board the Emirates flight from Dubai to New York complained of illness, US authorities say. Pound rises against dollar and euro, following reports of progress on Brexit deal. Tributes are being paid to BBC presenter and cancer blogger Rachel Bond, who died at aged 40. E. coli found that Egypt hotel British couple John and Susan Cooper died, tour operator Thomas Cook says. Woman wins £1 million weeks after fake lottery win prank. Alan Bud Jackson, veteran TT racer, died after signpost crash. Anti-Semitism has become more common. This isn't about breast versus bottle feeding, it's about being kind and showing common courtesy. US President Donald Trump has criticised Nike following its decision to use Colin Kaepernick as the face of their campaign. 1 in 4 people worldwide are at risk from lack of exercise. The WHO warns, but which are the most inactive countries? Most active as well, because so this is kind of like a survey and all that. Most active countries, Uganda with 5.5% of adults inactive, and the most inactive is Kuwait with 67% of adults inactive. Fukushima nuclear disaster, Japan confirms first worker death from radiation. Taser PC barely cleared of misconduct. Stunning silhouettes of animals of Africa at sunrise and sunset. Farmers can't afford to follow health diet guidance. First day back at school debut for your hometown club beat your local rivals. Main man of the match on today's work for 15-year-old Luke Matheson. NHS deal for exciting new cancer therapy. Theresa May, Russian state is responsible for the Salisbury poisoning and attempting to hide the truth by pushing out a deluge of disinformation. Prime Minister Theresa May says the two Salisbury suspects believed to be members of Russian military intelligence, the GRU. House of Commons told attempted murder highly likely to have been sanctioned at a high level. It's worth it to me, £2,000 to have a full set of hair. Paul hates his receding hairline. He is one of thousands of men who fly to Turkey every year for a hair transplant. Police still impossible to guarantee all no truck removed from Salisbury area. Public warned not to pick up items that don't belong to them. Prime Minister can't keep dancing around the issues over Brexit, says Jeremy Corbyn. As the Prime Minister says, we will not have a second referendum. We were the first country in the world to adopt a definition of anti-Semitism, as set out by the IHRA, says the Prime Minister. Tesco customers are going bananas over price hike. Salisbury poisoning, naming of two Russian nationals as suspects, the most significant development in the investigation. Met Police Counter-Terrorism Head Neil Basu. Thank you for all the messages, your polling comments go to pass on to Rachel's family. Typhoon Jebel leaves a trail of destruction across Japan. What would you do with a £4 million jackpot win, and would it bring you happiness? To a certain extent, as I'll be able to buy more books and all, as I love books and all. Now, the whole reason why I bought this one is partly shiny and all, and which made it look interesting. And yeah, it is an interesting book so far. Deal for the NHS to offer exciting new child cancer therapy. Public taxes must rise to tackle unjust economy. And I just give you the aliases: Alexander Petrov and Ruslan Bashirov. So yeah, if you get, there's probably a million people with those names, like a few people with those names, make sure it is them. And let's give you the faces. And yeah, that's what they should look like. Will going vegan make you healthier? It's not always, as you're not always getting the nutrients you need. And it's like even with supplements and all that, it's very hard. There's no place like home. FBI finds stolen pair of ruby slippers worn by Julie Garland in The Wizard of Oz. Mama of a 4-year-old who is one of the youngest people in the UK to learn to use a king, says the daughter Nell is an inspiration. Labour Stella Creasy wants to change the upskirting bill so that misogynistic behaviour is treated as a hate crime. National action, 5 arrested in police raids. GRM rated awards, Big Shaq, comedian, and not freeze win. 1 month after showroom woman stabbed several times. Theme park rides getting a bit boring. Well, what if You can find a water slide with virtual reality. I was really close to actually losing my leg. Luke Shaw has revealed the true extent of his horrific leg break in 2015. Donald Trump condemns Bob Woodward book as a con. It went up very late, but Rafael Nadal is one of the US Open semi-final. Is into one of the US Open semi-finals after the 5-set classic in New York. Personal immunotherapy for childhood leukemia is approved. Google Plus is expected to snub Senate, while Bank of England Governor Lord Mervyn King attacks government's Brexit negotiations as incompetent. Scarlett Val London talks to find amicable solution. Meat testing a fifth of samples reveal unspecified animals' DNA. Flower Boys an appeal of soft masculinity in South Korea. Scottish Gin Society wrapped over this Facebook advert. Debit card glitch means thousands charged twice. A warning over global lack of exercise. Will Idlib's by the end of Syria's war. Consternation over suggested French grammar change, which would throw a lot of French GCSEs out the window. Yeah, moving on to BBC News Weather. Bigfoot researchers lawsuit tossed out by Canada court. Dear bike thief, I hope you get boils. Over $400,000 raised online for US. Homeless man gone. Afghanistan conflict bombers killed 20 at Kabul Sports Club. Parents of student who died in US university easing the incident, resettlement with fraternity responsible. Sinead McNamara, no foul play in Australian Instagrammer death. Representatives from Facebook and Twitter but not Google tell US senators how they will prevent election meddling. Jersey concentration camp. Survivor honoured at service. Closure for the family of World War II camp survivor. In Kenya, some male MPs argue that their short-sleeved blouses worn by their colleague Sabina Chege was contrary to Parliament's dress code. One said it was inappropriate because she had exposed her arms. But why did men get so hot under the collar? India's stepmother arrested for ordering gang rape of girl who was 9. Uber to block low rating riders in Australia and New Zealand. Don't block low raters. Australian paramedics grant dying man's ice cream wish. That's nice. Get someone ice cream as a dying. Let's make dying a little better. That's something I can get behind. Have you seen this called Lunchbox? It's was an Indian king and the police wants it back. And Indian police seek last in his own stolen gold lunchbox. Nationalist vote is set to shatter Swedish calm. Letter from Africa, Kenya MP should stop telling women what to wear. Iraqi Yazidis are the forgotten people of an unforgettable story. Burn Sea on US Gulf Coast as storm called nears. Libya violence, UN ceasefire agreed. Had that, and yeah, that's the end of the video. So yeah, that's all, bye, and I'll see you all tomorrow. So yeah, au revoir.